Alright, 1.1, adding and subtracting polynomials. Objective, students will be able to add and subtract polynomials with two variables. So let's just get right into it. This is for the most part review. The main thing that we need to know here is that we're going to just add and subtract like terms. So let me explain what I mean by that. Like terms are going to have the same variable, and the same exponent on that variable. See how the exponent here is, well, it's 1, and here it's 1, so these are like terms. Alright, so let's go ahead and just look for like variables, or common terms. So I have a 3n squared. I'm going to put that 3n squared right underneath here, because I'm just adding. I have a negative 5n. I'm going to put the negative 5n right underneath my 4n. And negative 12, I'm going to put that right underneath my 7. So I got all my like terms lined up here, see? They're all lined up. And now I'm ready to just add. So let's go ahead and add these things. 5n squared plus 3n squared, well, that's just 8n squared. Negative 4n and negative 5n, that's negative 9n. And positive 7 and negative 12 makes negative 5. That's all there is to it. Just got to line them up. That's the easy one, though, because that's adding. If you look over here at part B, this one is subtracting. So I have this little negative sign out here in front of the parentheses. And whenever you see a negative in front of the parentheses, you need to know that you're going to distribute that to every term. So the first thing I'm going to do before I even attack this problem is I'm just going to go ahead and distribute that negative. Negative 3x squared. Negative times negative makes a positive 3x, and then a negative 5. Now, really what I'm doing is I'm taking this whole thing and I'm adding this whole thing. So that's pretty easy. I can actually just line it up just like I did before. So I got 2x squared minus 8x minus 6. And I'm going to add now, since I already distributed the negative, I don't have to worry about adding and subtracting. Negative 3x squared plus 3x minus 5. That makes negative x squared, negative 5x, negative 11. And there we go. I have subtracted polynomials. So here's practice number 1. I want you guys to go ahead and try that one on your own. I'll put the answer up in a second. Okay, so I distributed the negative, and I got 5x squared plus 3x plus 3. Once I distribute the negative, all I really have to do is add these two things together, so I just lined them up and went straight down the line. Alright, what about when they say this? Subtract 5a squared plus 6a minus 4 from 7a squared minus 3a minus 9. Well, okay, let's just think about this real quick. What if I was to say subtract 3 from 5? What would that really mean? That means take away 3 from 5. So that means you're going to do 5 minus 3, 2. Okay? So whatever we're subtracting from, that's what goes first. So since we're subtracting this from that, that's actually what goes first. So I'm going to rewrite it. 7a squared minus 3a minus 9 minus, and then remember, anytime I'm subtracting, I want to put a parentheses out there, minus negative 5a squared plus 6a minus 4. Now I got that negative inside of parentheses, so I need to distribute it. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to distribute, and as I rewrite it, I'm just going to write it right underneath here. You'll see. So negative times negative makes positive. So this is positive 5a squared. Negative times positive 6a makes negative 6a. And negative times negative 4 makes positive 4. Okay, now all I have to do is just add, and I'm done. So I don't know if I can fit in this box, but I'll try. We get 12a squared minus 9a minus 5. That's it. All there is to it. Okay, so I got another practice one here for you. I would recommend you pause the video and go ahead and give this one a try. Okay, here's what I got. 6y squared minus 12y minus 4. Okay. Now let's see what we do when there's two variables. Again, we're just adding for now. See, I got x's and y's. Well, the trick is still just get all the like terms to line up. So I'm going to first just make sure I have all the same terms. X to the fourth, x to the fourth. Yeah, those are good. Let's kind of see if we can kind of identify these. Yep. Next one says 6x squared times y.
I don't have any x squared times y, so this one is a unique one. The next one says 7y, and over here I have a 3y. So I don't know, let's put a little box around it. See, I'm just trying to recognize all the different terms. And then over here we have this loner. Over here I'm going to put a little black line underneath it. So now, all we got to do is just line up the terms. Well, what I would do is, let's start with the first one. I'm going to write x to the fourth plus 6x squared y. And I know that I'm going to have another term in there, so I'm going to leave some space and go over here and do plus 7y. Now let's do the next thing. The next one is 7x to the fourth. I don't have another 6x squared y, so I'm just going to do minus 2xy here, because it's a unique term, and then minus 3y. Have all the things there, add them up. 7 plus 1 is 8. X to the fourth plus 6x squared y minus 2xy minus 3y. All there is to it. There you go. Go ahead and practice number 3 here. And don't forget to distribute the negative. Do that first, remember. And I would go ahead and pause the video. Okay, here's what I got. Just to check what I did here is I first distributed the negative to all the terms. And then I just wrote it right underneath my first terms because I had one from each. So I had a pair for each of these. So there wasn't no unique terms like on the last one. Wasn't any unique terms. Sorry for my improper English. Here we have another one here. It says practice number 4. Subtract 3a4 plus 2ab squared plus 11 from 7a to the fourth minus 4a squared b squared plus 6. Remember, you're going to subtract this from this. So this was where you're actually going to start. I recommend that you pause the video, and I'll put the answer up there in a little bit. Alright, so this one was a little tricky. There's a lot of things I had to think about. So the first thing I did is I just wrote it out in order. 7a fourth minus 4a squared b squared plus 6 minus all of that in parentheses. Then I went ahead and distributed the negative. Then I looked at my two trinomials here, and I tried to line up all the terms. I saw these were the same term. I saw this was a unique term. That's why I put a little red box around it. And then these are the same term. And this was a unique term. So I tried to make a little blue circle. It didn't work out so well. So when I went to go line them up, to add them up, I left an empty space underneath the 4a squared b squared because there wasn't a like term. And I left an empty space above this one because there wasn't a like term. So just little things that I did to help get the right answer. And then down here I got 4a to the fourth minus 4a squared b squared minus 2ab squared minus 5. And that was the last answer. Alright, see you guys on the next video.